Right. How are you guys? Teach the Great here. I'm really excited about continuing with what we started with. It's going to be a very interesting webinar as usual. I must also mention this. For some reason, it's coming out dark, but I assure you, I'm under the lights. I don't know why my face is all dark. Next time, I think I need to have light in front of me, not above me, I guess. So, how are you guys? If you can hear me and also see the screen, please let me know so that I can get started. My partner and friend is going to be joining us shortly. But in the meantime, I want to know that you guys can hear me and you can also see the screen and you can see my beautiful face. So I'll just wait for the comments. Then we're going to get started. Uh, Today, I'm not going to go as long because already it's already 2 a.m. I've been working the whole day. Tomorrow is very exciting day again. Tomorrow, like I said, we're going to go into the actual writing of the email, the formatting of the email, and what it needs to look like, all the chapters, and I'm going to be reading some of my favorite emails. Let me see. Okay, I see comments are starting to come in. That means I assume everyone else can see, right? I assume everyone can see. Um, so, guys, let's get going. What I want to share with you today is something which is extremely important, right? Today, we are now going to tackle things like engagement, right? How to get an email clicked, how to get your email opened, right? These are extremely important things because the inbox is extremely competitive. That's one of the most competitive marketplaces on the internet, right? So, the first thing which I want you to write down are the engagement, how they are measured, the four metrics. The first one is email open rate. That is the first one which I want you to write down. Then the lateral scroll rate. When you're scrolling down an email, that counts for something. It is measured by the email clients like Gmail, Yahoo, Hotmail. They see all those things. What are people doing with your emails? Right, we're going to talk a lot about that. Then the next one is soft and hard bounces. We're going to talk a lot about that. Then the soft bounce is when you've got what, how can I say it? When you've got like a wrong email, they don't they tend to not go through. Like when you just put a dash in the wrong place and things like that, it it's rejected because there's no email which exists like that. Then unsubscribes and complaints, all of these things affect how your emails reach the inbox. It's extremely important that you pay close attention to these kind of things because, for instance, if you've got a poor open rate, right, over a period of time, companies like Google, they look at, okay, this person has been sending emails, let's say, to 1,000, 2,000 people, and most of the people are not opening. It must be spam, right? So another thing, when you when, let's say, someone opens the email and they open it and they just what, close the email, they look, okay, the engagement, did the person scroll through, did they click through, what did they do when they were on that email? It's measured for relevance. If a person just opens an email and just delete it, and over time, most of your subscribers, if they are doing that, what happens is you are being, it's being measured as not as relevant as it's supposed to be, right? And it increases the spam rate for next time, right? So if you look at Google, they've got the priority folder and they've got the promotional folder, right? I rarely go into the promotional folder, and anything promotional or which is deemed promotional is sent there. It's not coming from a friend, right? So those kind of things are very important, that you know how to whitelist your, or get your emails whitelisted. Tomorrow, that is one of the first things I'm going to cover, and I'm going to go into detail, give you an example of the email which we use to make sure that our emails are whitelisted, right? Um, the things which I really took from the traffic and conversion summit these things which I'm going to cover with you, right? The idea is to get your email opened. First, before I get into these things, let me just go into, let me just stop sharing. Let me just go into this. I want to share with you something which I know is going to open your eyes and really, so that once I start going through everything else, you understand what I mean by it's extremely competitive if you don't know what you're doing, right? The inbox, that is, right? Okay, this is what I want to go over with you. My partner and I, what we do is we constantly look at what the marketplace is doing. What are our fellow competitors doing? What are the so-called gurus doing? How are they doing it? All of those things. If you look right here to the far left, you are going to see that everything is categorized in folders, right? So these are all the emails coming in and they're in folders. You can imagine how many emails we get each and every day, right? The ones which are not categorized in folders, some of them actually fall over here. So let's just go. Let's take, for instance, who do you want? Let's go to Todd Brown, someone who just added, right? He's trying hard to sell to us. Let's go to the next one. Todd Falcone. All of these people, you're competing with all of these people, right? Let's just go. Some of them are not doing a good job of following up, right? Some of them are on top of things. Some of them need to get back in the game. But if you look, you are competing with seasoned marketers, people who have been doing this for a very, very long time. People like Andy Jenkins, right? People like Maria, for instance, right? Jeff Walker's. Oh, this is one of my favorite guys, Ben Sattel. His emails are insane, right? You absolutely love it. So if you look at this, right, they are all fighting for what? For your attention. So for you to compete with these people, you need to be better than, right? One of the people I learned from, if you're not on this guy Ben Sattle's list, you need to get on his list. The emails which he sends are absolutely hilarious. You absolutely love it. He's always selling one thing, which is the email players. guide how to write emails. That's the only thing which he's selling, but he does it so well. So with you, the goal is to stand out. So most people think that the whole idea or the whole thing for you to succeed online, you just need to generate a lead. No, it goes beyond that. Once the lead is generated, the dance begins. Everything else begin. Imagine all of these folders, right? With us, we use this for swipes. So I encourage you guys, get an email which you don't use for anything. Start subscribing to all these people's lists. Create folders for each and every one of them. And guess what? You've got good quality swipe emails. Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of what? Good swipe emails. Right? Don't just blatantly take the whole swipe thing and just send it out. You can edit here and there, and guess what? You are good. Right? I like this. Look at this. Officially marked as an idiot. That's a good subject line. I'm going to be covering those kind of things right now. So, guys, this is the first thing which I want you to do. Create a folder, opt in to as many of the gurus lists as possible. Check what they are sending to you, how they are trying to sell to you, how they are getting you to open those emails, and swipe it. Right, we'll be coming back to this back and forth. I just wanted to make sure that you guys understood that. So did you guys get an aha moment just now when I showed you that thing? So this is very important what I'm covering, right? This is extremely important. I do apologize again for the light. For some reason it's not showing, like, it's, I don't understand, right? Queen is saying that she cannot hear me. Can everyone else hear me? Give me a yes, give me a no. Because what I'm going to go over is very important that you guys can hear me clearly, because I'm going to be breaking down the science behind getting your email opened. We cannot getting your emails read and all those things, right? I mean, like, structure of the emails and all those things, if we don't start off with the getting your emails opened, right? So we start off with the getting your emails open. So I can see people are saying they can hear me. So I'm going to share my screen once again. And when I share my screen, I can't see your questions. So it will take me a little while to get back to you guys. So, okay, now we are here. So in order to get your emails opened, there has to be certain things which you are actually doing that will get people to open. You can entertain them, you can scare them, you can use a lot of different things just to get your emails opened. So, how do you get those emails opened? I'm going to go over what I call the 6 email hacks, right? And hopefully by the time we finish, I think the seventh one, you have a better understanding on how you can get your emails opened, right? So the first one is to use proven subject lines, right? When you're using proven subject lines, guess what? You cannot fail. What I did was, let me see if I can bring it up. Um, hopefully, can you see my notepad? Let me just see. Google Hangout. It's let's go to the notepad. I want you guys to see this. Okay, now on the notepad, what I do each and every year, I buy a list of the top split tested subject lines, email subject lines. It's something which I do each and every year without failure. So let's go through some of them, right? You are going to see, unfortunately, for some reason, it's opening up. I had it in Windows 8. Here, Windows 7 is coming out of, and I don't know why, right? If we look over here, it will show you the actual what? Um, open rate. These are the actual open rates for the what? Different emails, right? So if we look, like for instance over here, right, it says over 99% off, please hurry. That one was opened 31%, right? Then another thing which I'm going to talk about, if you see things like this, it says you boss will hate this, right? It doesn't say your boss will hate this. That's a typo. These kind of things, most of the times, you'll get a higher open rate, click-through rate, things like that. I still don't know why, right? So you're starting to see the kind of things which you see here, right? They are not telling you what it is, right? Hey, teach, quick question, right? Most of these things are curiosity based, right? Then let's go to these ones. Open this before midnight. What is it? Why do I need to open it before midnight? Right? One of the things which I see a lot of people doing is they want to explain the email in the subject line. There are times when I find myself doing that. Remember, if you want a really good headline, subject line, things like that, limit it's 4 words and or less. People have got, you've got 5 to 9 seconds to get their attention. That's it, and that's it, right? Remember now, people, they decide before opening the email whether it's good or bad, right? By the subject line only, right? So let's go to this one, right? This dude's dead last. This dude's dead. It's supposed to last everything overnight. It's supposed to say lost everything overnight. Some of these subject lines, sometimes I feel even scared to even try them. But most of them work like gangbusters, right? Look at this one. Tragedy left his family desperate, right? With me, the way I do it, anything we say is anything less than 30%, I don't really bother with it because I like high open rates. Right? There are some which are seasonal, as you can see. Some we say is Thanksgiving. Those who are in America, they know what Thanksgiving is. Some, this one says Happy Thanksgiving, right? With things like Happy Thanksgiving, before I even open it, I know what it is about, right? So I tend to avoid subject lines like that. I hope this is making sense. So what you need to do is you need to focus on curiosity based emails, subject lines, right? Just curiosity most of the times will get you that open which you are looking for. But it is very, very important that the receiver of the email knows where the email is coming from, knows the sender of the email. Most of the times, If they don't recognize the sender, that's when they mark it as spam and report it as spam, right? So let's continue with what I wanted to show you quickly so that you guys really understand this. Before I go to down my notepad, are you guys understanding what I'm trying to say? It's very, very important that you understand what I am trying to say to you so that what when we go into depth, you are following along. This is the things, guys, what we are going through, what we went through yesterday, today, and tomorrow. These are the things which are going to make you a lot of money, right? You've got the person in your autoresponder. You need to get them to open your emails to build that relationship. You cannot build a relationship with someone who doesn't want to talk to you. It's difficult, right? There has to be that conversation, right? If we are talking to each other, guess what? We get to know each other more. That's what we are trying to do right here. I hope this is making sense. I don't want to just to waffle on and you don't understand why this is important. So let's continue. So, like I said, email hack number one, curiosity, right? Or blind subject line. As long as they don't know what it is and it's compelling enough, like open before midnight. Another one which I like is teach, are you up? Right? Teach, this is crazy, right? Things like that. Then sometimes you need to have a direct benefit. This will increase your conversions by 22%. Check it now, right? Agency or scarcity, those kind of things really, really get good open rate. Agency, like you can say gone by midnight, right? Scarcity, only 5 left or limited to 10 people. What is limited to 10 people, right? So make sure that what you, if you include these elements, right, your open rate, I can guarantee, will double if you are not already doing it, right? So if we just to quickly go through this, like curiosity, right? Less equals more sales, right? Less equals more sales. Why he paid Google 524,838 and 71 cents. And guys, another thing, when you are putting numbers like when you're putting numbers and specific numbers like this, guess what? You get a higher open rate, right? Another one, kind of weird but very profitable, right? I'm not going to go through each and every one of them. I'm just going to go like benefit driven subject lines, something like Facebook ads, get more clicks, right? That's benefit driven. Another one, create opt-in pages that convert like crazy. That's another benefit driven, right? Then we go to agency and scarcity. 85 if 85% sale ends at midnight. You know it ends at midnight, so you need to what, move before midnight. Last chance to be a VIP. You know everyone wants to be a VIP. I hope guys you getting exactly what I'm trying to say, right? If you have any questions before I go to the next one, please just let me know, right? Then the second one, when you use symbols, right? Let me just take you here so that you can see what I mean by symbols. Let's just copy. Oh, sorry. Let's go here instead. Open here. With this, I constantly have to go to check to make sure that you guys can see exactly what I am seeing, because I don't really trust Webinar Jam. Mm, let's just cancel this. There we go. Okay. Um, let's just say we just put mother, right? It gives you these these codes. If you look like things like this, right? Use this, right? Those are the things which, if we go into here, you can see, where is it? I was looking at it earlier. Or this Ben Sato, it doesn't do that. If you go here, you can see, like for instance, this upside down things. There are some people who put I'm not seeing it here. I should have bookmarked it. If I find some, I can email them out so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about. The little symbols and things like that. I think Dege normally does it. Let's see if we can find this. Because I want to make sure that you guys actually see what I'm talking about. It's just, oh, can you see this? This little thing here, which is at the beginning. That's what I'm talking about, right? Oh, see another one? Those. That's what I'm talking about, right? Those things, they make you stand out, right? So those kind of things, you can go to this one. Um, I can send it out to everyone so that you know exactly where to get those things from. Okay, guys, I've sent out that URL where you can go get those little images. I don't know what to, those graph things where you can go create them. So utilize those kind of things. They definitely increase your open rate, right? You are looking for a high open rate. That's what you're going to get, right? So the next thing which you can do, remember today it's all about getting your emails opened, right? Then once you getting your emails opened, what is the next step to get people to consume that information? But we have to go through this first, right? So second subject line, right? Um, this is very, very important. Why is it? Let's go back. I keep on flipping here and there. I hope it's not messing up the recording that much, because I don't know how to go from one page to another without coming back up. So go back here, because I wanted to show you this. This is what I wanted to share with you. Uh, it only works with Google. Mm. Okay, in Gmail, I don't know if I should. I don't really like getting into my own Gmail. Give me 1 second. Okay, in Gmail, as you can see, right, you can see, you can actually read what the first sentence in the email actually says, right? Someone saying, excellent webinar, thank you. So all of those. So when you write your email, make sure you optimize accordingly, right? Like this one, you can see the first what sentence in the email. So that is very, very, very important, right? That you optimize it accordingly, right? So unfortunately, it doesn't work with Outlook. I don't know why. We don't really use Outlook. It's just for our swipe files. So I hope you guys understand that, right? I hope it makes sense. That's the most important thing. I hope it makes sense. So all of these things, what is the purpose of all these things? Is to get that email opened. That is the purpose of all of these things, to get that email opened. Once you can get the emails opened, guess what? You are going to win each and every time. When you can get a lot of people to open your emails, you are winning. It's just that simple. There are no two ways about it, right? But remember, the final piece is what we're going to cover tomorrow: how to get that engagement, how to get people actually going into their email autoresponders to look for your emails. If they don't see your email, to actually contact you to see what's going on. Did you accidentally remove them from the list or whatever, right? So that is very, very important. So I hope you're writing these things down, guys, because that is very important. If you don't implement these things, your open rates are going to go down, and guess what? Teach will have wasted his time writing all these things and coming to sit at 2:30 a.m. sharing these things with you, right? So the next thing is the times to send your emails, right? Remember, now this is what happens, right? Most people are just going to delete your emails if they don't recognize the person's coming from. That's the first thing. That is the very first thing, right? So you should never, I'll say it one more time, you should never send emails before 8 a.m., the subscriber's time. Not your time, the subscriber's time, or the person receiving the email, their own time zone, right? So if you are in, let's say, Atlanta, right? You are in Eastern Standard Time, and you send emails at 8 a.m. in the morning, for instance, to your whole database. You need to keep in mind that there are some people in the Central Standard Time who are an hour behind you, Pacific, we are a couple of hours behind you, and all those things, right? So, with the way you do it, every email has to go out in the subscriber's time. It's very important. Tomorrow, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. Now you how you log into your autoresponder and how you set it up. Just a couple of little clicks. It's pretty easy, right? Obviously, the best days to send your emails: Tuesday, that's when you get the highest open rate, right? Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. One of the things which I don't have here: if you are selling a cheap product, Saturday weekends are good for cheap products, right? So write these things down, guys. These things are important. These things are important. So never send an email before what? 8 a.m., right? With us, the way we do it with my partner, I send emails in the morning, and my partner sends an email in the afternoon or evening, right? Most of the times you're likely to receive 2 emails from us, right? So That's how we like to do it. And also, if you send 2 emails a day, the amount of money which you make will double. Most people are scared to send even an email a day. They feel like they are bugging people a lot. But remember that a day where you don't send an email is like a day where your business did not open its doors. If you were a traditional business, let's say you were a supermarket or anything, would you open 3 times a week or would you open daily? Right? Then another example, if you're talking to your best friend, right? Do you talk to your best friend every other day or do you talk to them daily? Right? And also, you cannot afford not to be in the mind of your prospects all the time. You can't afford to not be in front of them, knowing that they are going to get 1 million emails that same day. You might feel, okay, I'm sending too many emails, but guess what? If I'm receiving 50, 60 emails from other marketers, I won't even notice that you sent it twice, right? So those are some of the things which are very, very important to pay attention to, right? Then with email, right, you are selling the click. That's it. That's all you're doing, right? Don't try to sell your product in the email or don't try to sell anything in the subject line, right? Subject line is curiosity. The body is just to get someone to take that action, right? These are the things which are going to get you results, guys. So I need you to pay close attention to what we are covering right here. Your email, though, its job only is to sell the click. That's it. How a person, let me go back into my emails and I'll show you. Let me show you exactly what I mean. I like to always show exactly what I mean. Okay, if we look here, right, let's just go for instance like this one, for instance. You all saw this, right? Last night was epic. Hi, okay, hi, fixed name. Here is your link for tonight. Straight up, there it is, right? That's all. That is the purpose of this email. It's not to describe the webinar, it's not to do anything. It's just to get you to click on that link, right? That is the purpose of my email, right? Then I go on, right? Last night, after last night, tonight is going to be just epic, right? I've been working all day on what I'm going to deliver to you. All I ask is that you take the information and profit from it, right? If a person doesn't know what I'm talking about, they have to click on the link, right? They have to click on the link. Then let me just see people who are not those kind of marketers who are like, let's see how this one, right? Okay, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. There's your link, right? That's it, right? Let's go to someone else. Anak Singao, right? Let's click that one, right? Link, link, right? The whole thing is for you to click on the link, right? Tomorrow we're going to talk a lot about the email structure itself. You should avoid writing emails this long, right? All this. Keep the actual sentences 4 to 6 words max, right? Keep them short. You'll be surprised how many people read your emails when you do that. It's very, very, very important, right? Let me just check in before I do the last couple of hacks. So, guys, tell me, is this making sense to you? Are you starting to understand where I'm going with this? Is this making sense to you? Guys, I need some feedback. Thank you, Errol. I need some feedback. This is important to me. If it's making sense to you, we continue, right? Is this making sense to you, right? Are you starting to understand? Because now, remember, our goal now first was to get the email opened, right? Now, once it's opened, the goal of that copy is to get the click. The goal is to get the click. That's it, right? But there has to be congruency. Now, tomorrow when we talk, when we go through the actual writing of the email, you need to know all of these things. I will not be able to go back and forth like what I'm doing today, right? I'll just be knocking these things um, out of the park, just making sure that you guys are getting the most out of it, right? Guys, these are the things which are going to make you money, right? These are the things which are going to make you money, right? I know most of the gurus, they want to focus on traffic, on this, right? You can get 1 million clicks, right? If those clicks, let's say they turn into leads mysteriously, right? And they're on your autoresponder and no one's reading your emails, how are they ever going to get to buy from you? It won't happen. It won't happen. These are the things which are very, very important. So, guys, I hope you are taking notes because I took the time to write all these things down. For those who have been on most of my webinars, I can do a webinar without writing anything down. Right? I don't even have to prepare for my webinars, but this is very, very important. So let's continue, guys. So, okay, some triggers to get people to click on the link. One of the things which I like is something which I do all the time, right? I like to pose a benefit driven question, right? Um, how does getting an extra, or how does making an extra whatever? So let's say, how would your life be like if you could make an extra $2,000? Question mark, right? And that's the link, right? Then the second way is you can connect proof with the product. And it is very, very important, guys, that when you creating your link, never right click here. Never ever ever right click here, right? Always use preferably the subject line. Use that one as the link you want them to click. Why is that? It's because that is the thing that got them to open the email. So it makes sense that if you use that to get them to click through to your sales page or whatever, the chance of them of saying yes are extremely high. Then prime them. Does anyone know what priming is? Does anyone know what priming is? It's very important that you know what priming is. Um, just let me know, do you all know what priming is? That if you don't know what priming is, just let me know and I'll explain it to you. I can easily just find a video which can give you an example in an in-depth on priming, how it works, because priming is absolutely killer if you understand it. It's about pre-framing your people with words in a certain way for them to, let's say I put yes, I understand, and yes, you are going to really benefit from this, and yes, okay, let me just get a video which is going to really show you everything. I'm just going to Google priming. There's a video which is going to really explain everything to you in a manner that you totally understand. Um, it will take approximately 5 minutes. I'm going to load it up quickly for you guys. I'm just creating it. Paste. Let me just check how long it is. That's 5 minutes and 1 second. Um, I'm almost done, guys. Forgive me. Okay, it's going to play. This is what priming is. Give me one second. Let me just stop sharing. I'm going to play a video for you, and you see it's about priming. It's 5 minutes. Very very important, right? Please pay close attention. If there's any swearing, please forgive me. I did not pre-qualify the video ahead of time. I have seen it many times, but I'm not sure about if there's anything swearing or anything. So please forgive me. Here we go. Okay, I hope that I hope that helped. Did that help? Give me a yes, give me a no. Unless if you want me to explain a bit more. Did the video help? Now you know exactly why. If you go to almost any button these days, I can tell when I go to a capture page and I see a button, right? If a person is new or a seasoned marketer, right? Why? It's because it will say, yes, I want whatever it is. The first word is always yes, let me in, yes, reserve my seat, yes, whatever it is. Does that make sense, guys? But always starts with that yes, whatever it is. Someone says, great, play it again. Unfortunately, I won't be able to play it again. You can have it on YouTube. Let me just see if I can send it out. Okay. I put the link in the chat. That way you can play it later. So all of these things are very, very important, right? Priming, you sprinkle the words on a page subconsciously, like when you sprinkle enough yeses, I want it, I'm in, oh, this is great, things like that, right? Like you can even, one of my favorite things, you know you can prime people even with prices, right? The way you do it, right? I know it's not the scope of what we are covering here today. But I'm just want to give you an example. If you want, let's say you're selling an expensive product, let's say it's 2000, right? You would say, um, just speaking, you say you can get a product like this for a, imagine if you can get it for a cheap price like 2000, and wouldn't you get it right away? These things normally are two times the price, but when it's only 2000, imagine. Then you continue talking about other things, right? They say some people they let cheap products like a $2000 product pass them by because they are scared to take action. That's funny to me, right? Now, is and I continue the conversation. When I say, okay, guys, what I have for you today is something which is really, really special. This is normally $10,000, but I did not want to make it 10,000 because I know some people cannot afford 10,000. So I'm going to give it to you for a ridiculously low price of only 2000. For 2000, who wouldn't get it, right? Now, we have been mentioning 2000 all along, right? And everyone now has bought into the idea that 2000 is cheap, right? So when I say only a cheap price of 2000, everyone's like, oh my God, I'm in, right? And the marketers who are not seasoned, they go, oh, this we could have charged 10,000, but no, we decided no, we're going to charge 5,000, but no, we're going to charge three. No, we're going to charge. Come on, you need to prime the people. When you prime them properly, guess what? It, and now you know you're going to hear me a lot, and you'll be like, oh, T is priming us. Right? Don't hold it against me. You see, one of the things I love to do is I'll give you everything which I know. What you do with it, it's up to you. I'll give you everything which I know. What you do with it, it's up to you. Hopefully, you take this information and use it. Let's continue. We need to wrap it up. We've been talking for an hour. So let me go to let's finish all these things. Okay. So this one basically it's self-explanatory, right? So the next thing, it's press play. You know, I should have kept some images of this. Who does those kind of things very well? Okay, let me just go into my Yahoo. I know, no, not in my Yahoo. Let's see. I know Mark Forseni does a lot of this. Let me just, because I know some people are very new. I want to make sure that everyone lives here with real value. Um, I know one of this guy does a lot of that. No. Uh, Andy Jenkins. Let's see. What about you? No. I just want to show you this thing quickly so that you understand exactly what that is and you'll see why it works so well. Uh, where is it? Sorry about that. Uh, mm, I'm just looking for some swipe emails. Let's see this one. Okay, can you see this? Right now, imagine if there was a play thing, right? So this kind of thing gets a lot of click throughs, right? Can you guys see it? Let me see if you can actually, yeah. Okay, these kind of things get a lot of click throughs. So this is what you'd want to do to get a lot of people to actually click through. Like seeing this, typical people will just click through because they think what it's a video, right? Normally there's a play button where a person can just click, and that's another way of getting a lot of people clicking through your emails. It's a really good idea, and it's something which I encourage you guys to implement. If you're not already implementing things like that, definitely you need to incorporate things like that, right? Okay, let's just go ahead and finish. What was the last one? Last one, email design. um, we know a lot of people check their emails on mobile, right? So if you design accordingly for a mobile phone, you're just going to get more click throughs, and you can brand your emails, put a header, right? Like the email just came from, there was a header, but now most of the times, this is what I've seen. Most of the times when you put a header, right? When you put too much HTML on your emails, they're just going to go into the spam folder or the promotional folder. You need, I like just plain emails. And another thing, send emails with more than 500 characters, right? More than 500 characters. But I'll show you how to write them tomorrow, which is very, very important. Now, tomorrow, as you see, we are now getting into the actual writing of the emails, how to get engagement, how to get people to convert to do exactly what you want. I'm going to go through all of them. How to do a story based email, how to get people to look for you each and every time, how to create what's called an attractive character, right? How to speak to, remember yesterday we did those avatars, right? So now it's about talking to that avatar now. How to get that avatar excited when you know what motivates them, how to get them hooked. Like, there are some people who have been watching soap operas, like this was the name, Days of Our Lives, right? For 30, 40 years, right? Why? Most of it is just stories, right? How often do you see car chases and what explosions and what? But it's just stories, people talking, right? It's so people get so hooked, right? So that's what we are creating tomorrow, right? And I must warn you, there's a lot to cover. There's a lot to cover, right? These things, like, there's a lot to cover, right? We'll be crafting a lot of things. So, guys, that is what I wanted to cover with you. I hope you got some really, really good value from this. If you got some value, just let me know. I just want to know if you got some value or not. And was this what you're expecting? Was it less than what you're expecting? Is it more than what you're expecting? Just give me some feedback. Give me some feedback. Oh, by the way, guys, if my eyes look red, forgive me. It's almost 3 a.m. No, it's after 3 a.m., right? And I mean, I'm still in the boardroom. I wish the light was more in front. So let's see if I've got some comments. Guys, feel free to give me feedback, right? I want to know that I'm giving real value, right? You guys have sacrificed your time to be here. You could have been doing other things. Some of you could have been in bed, and you're here with me. So I really appreciate it. And I hope I've actually delivered something great, right? So, guys, good night. I'll see you tomorrow where we deliver final, the final piece. Someone says, teach your hard work is not in vain. Thank you. I really appreciate this. So let me just show everyone. I really appreciate that. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that, right? Tomorrow we're going to deliver a knockout punch so that now when you're getting your traffic into your autoresponders, you are confident to communicate with them. You can compete with any of the gurus. You don't need to be like, oh my God, they can send to the same people, or Russ or send it to the same people. Oh, it doesn't matter. We're going to share with you exactly what works. So, guys, good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao for now. Bye bye.